Hey guys, what is going on? So welcome back to another video. So what we're going to be doing today is taking a look at one of the nicest looking medium armor styles you can wear in the Elder Scrolls Online. So the look we went for here was kind of like a Nordic kind of medium armor build. So hopefully you guys like it. It does look quite wintry. Obviously I've set my guy down in Eastmart, so it's quite snowy and stuff, so you can get kind of like the feel for the costume. So essentially what I'm going to do now is go over what my character looks like. So you can skip over this if you want to. If you want to just make sure your character looks the same as your character looks normally and just want to use the same outfit, that's okay. But I'm just going to show you how my character looks in case you want to like copy that as well. Okay guys, so the hairstyle I use on my character, and like all my characters to be honest, because I think it's a really nice one, is by kind is humid. Now that's kind of like a Nordic hairstyle. It's kind of like the long hair, a little bit wet or something. Looks pretty cool, and I think it also goes well with our beard and stuff in this costume, and it just goes well with the whole Nordic look we're going for. Also for the beard on this character, what we're going to be using is the little beard. It's called Old Salt's Chin Trinket. Now, I use this. I think this is from a crown crate, so you may not have this. If you don't have this, don't worry. You can use a different beard. It's not quite as cool, but it is actually called like Bora's Drop or something. Don't know how to pronounce it, but it's a pretty similar beard, you know, get a pretty similar style from it. Now for my skin, I went for the fabrication sheath skin, as I always do. So I think any other skin kind of makes the costume look a bit ugly. You need a bit of different color in there to make it look good. If you use the sanctified silver skin, you know, that's what should match this costume, but I think it makes everything look too similar and it kind of ruins it. And then just for my personality, I use the Worm Wizard personality. Now I pretty much use that on everything because it's the best one I have, and it does the cool little blue magic thing around the hand sometimes. Okay, so that is pretty much the character setup there. So now I'm just going to jump into what motifs we're using and what kind of dyes and things like that. Okay. Alright guys, so coming over to the little outfit station, basically I don't use a helmet on this build, so I quite like how my character looks. Now, if you did happen to want to use a helmet, like you didn't like how your character's head looked, or you wanted to hide it for whatever reason, or you just liked the helmet, I was actually going to use the Silver Dawn hat. Now, I think this looks pretty cool, you know, it kind of goes with the whole theme. It's got the fur around the hood. It's a pretty nice looking hood. It isn't like stupid or anything, it isn't really thin or anything. I think it looks quite nice, goes with the costume well, but personally I would just like to have my character's head out, as I'm sure most of you probably do as well. Now for the chest piece, I've used the Thorn Legion's Jerrican. Now I think this is really cool because it has again the big thick fur around it, and that's going to go really well with the whole Nordic look we're going for, the whole wintry vibe. And obviously it's dyed fully white, it's quite nice, and you also get the little furry bits around the arms as well. Now for a shoulder piece, we went for the Silver Dawn arm cups with medium. Now I went for the medium one because it has kind of a slightly bigger wolf head, and that just looks really cool. I think it also goes with all the sort of fur we have. It's quite cool to have a little wolf head there as well. Hands wise, we also went for the Thorn Legion gloves. Now the reason we went for this is because it matches the chest piece really well, and you also get an extra little strip there just above the hands of fur. So again, it just goes with sort of the wolf head, the chest, and it's around the neck and stuff. This all ties in really nicely. So for our belt, we've actually went for the Huntman sash. Now, reason we went for that is again, it's just a little wolf head. It looks really nice in white. It's quite a small one, doesn't take up too much, isn't too imposing, and it also goes well again with the theme we're going for and the wolf shoulder. So the legs we went for here were the Cold Snap Goblin breeches. Now it's kind of like an underused motif. Cold Snap you don't really see too many people wearing too much, but I feel like the kilty kind of look here went pretty nice with the rest of the costume. So there weren't too many legs that looked well, so he looked really skinny with his little legs, or he looked stupid trying to use something a bit more bulky. But this sort of like kilt looks really nice, so we're just going to be going with that. And then also for the feet, we're using the Snowhawk made shoes. Now this is a kind of rare motif. Most people should have this because it dropped in an event, but I think it is reasonably expensive these days because it's hard to get. But they do look the best. They have got a nice fur around them. They aren't too bulky. They look really good. Obviously, if you can't run these, you can probably run like Redoran shoes instead. Those are reasonably similar. And just for our weapons, just because the whole costume is kind of white, we just want to make something stand out. So we're actually going to be using opal weapons. So the sword we have is the opal Iceheart sword, and the offhand is the opal Iceheart mace. Now, personally, I just don't have a motif that I really wanted to use here. I would have actually liked to use the opal Troll King axes on both slots, but I just didn't have the axe. You can see the axe looks really nice. There's a really cool effect around it. I just cannot get a hold of it on the Xbox server. It's just literally extinct or something. I think it's worth obviously probably like 300-400k. I literally can't find one. I did try for the video, but you know, if you have access to the Opal Troll King axe, I would definitely recommend using that instead because it looks a lot better, but the other styles don't look too bad either, okay? So guys, in regards to dyeing the items, it's really simple. So every single item here is going to be marble white. Now, if you don't have that particular white, you can use a different one as long as it is white. That's going to be fine. It's all going to match still. But the particular white I used was marble white, and every single box on every single piece of armor was completely white for me. And then obviously the fur and stuff is a slightly different color on its own, so it gives a little bit of texture to it. Make sure everything doesn't look too similar and too joined together. And obviously that's why we have the shiny opal weapons as well, to make just the costume not look too bland. But yeah guys, that's pretty much it for the video there. So hopefully you guys did like this style. Hopefully you guys use that on your own characters. If you do use it, let me know in the comments, and if you think I could, you know, use any better motifs there and anything else to make it stand out a little bit better, just let me know again in the comments. But yeah, if you did like it, remember to leave a like in the video, subscribe to the channel for some more content like this, and I will see you next time.